Welcome to Lead Like a Girl, where we are empowering everyday women through our stories. I'm your host, Jessica Smith, and I began this journey by sharing my life story. Now, I've joined forces with my longtime friends, Jamie and Coralyn, to keep this party going. We met many years ago as young sales girls in our 20s, driven and quickly rising to the top of our industry. As the years went on, life happened, and we all found ourselves in new companies and completely different industries, still striving for success in it all. Career, family, faith, fun. Now, it wasn't easy, but we never stopped moving. Get ready for our real conversations, inspiring stories, and our big life lessons as we share it all. The good, the bad, and the funny. Welcome to Lead Like a Girl.
Hello. Welcome to Lead Like a Girl. I am Jamie. I am here with my great friends, Jessica and Coralyn. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
We are talking about all things. Hello. I'm so happy to see your faces. We're talking about all things holiday related today because that's the time of year. But first, before that, I want to remind everybody, thank everyone for listening to us. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate the feedback, the comments, the questions. It's really enjoyable and so rewarding to have folks give us feedback and tell us that they've been listening and tell us which one of us is their favorite.
Cora, you know where she's going with this, right? Jamie's my favorite because you and Core are hardcore. I don't know what that means. Maybe that was like a play on
I
your
don't even
name,
know what
Cora.
that means.
No one knows. Yeah.
But apparently you're the nice one, Jamie.
We all knew
I won't
already.
argue with that.
I mean, if you are listening, then you probably already know that we have a website, leadlikeagirllab.com. You can watch us on YouTube. We are on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram. We're on all of the podcast platforms. Share it. I mean, if you find an episode, I'm not asking you to spend all your life binging us, but if you find
you
an episode,
should.
But I'm not asking, I'm telling. No. But if you find something interesting or that you can share or you think would help someone, that's great. I do it all the time myself. If I see a clip, you guys do too. You see a clip and you share it, and we love that and we appreciate that. So thanks everybody for all the support you've had over the last few months and everything you can support us with in the future. Thank you. So we were talking a little bit about this episode just being a bit more lighthearted. Like a lot of folks with my job right now, I am visiting a lot of clients and doing that really fun thing, which is delivering holiday gifts and doing that end of year thank you for your business, but then also that little poke of, hey, how's next year looking and that sort of thing, but also tying that in with your life and your own Christmas tree and all that. So I'm going to start.
Wait, before
this.
you do that, I just want to
Yeah.
call out the fact that let's just give God thanks that we have jobs because the job market really sucks right now. There's so many people that don't have jobs. So I'm thankful. I'm going through a stressful interview process right now. And so hopefully I can report a win for a new job, but I have a job and I'm thankful for that. All right.
Same.
Good. Yes. Thankful for that for sure. I'm talking about clients, but actually, yes, you're right. Thankful for employers, right?
There you go.
So I just wanted to start a little bit very casually with a couple of questions for you guys. It's a bit of a quiz to start us before.
Pop quiz?
Oh boy.
Okay.
I'm already getting stressed out. I thought we were trying to de-stress during.
It's holiday movie trivia. Like, come on.
Oh, okay.
I am the worst, but fail.
I know.
I got Home Alone. That's it.
I know. I was like, I feel like Jessica has said that I feel like you've said you don't watch Christmas movies, or you or do you? Is it just the one?
Home Alone. That's all I got. Go ahead.
Well, one of the questions
answer
is
Home
from
Alone.
Home Alone, so you're good. Okay. What's the name of the Grinch's dog?
Ralph.
Jessica?
Ralph. That's the little boy from the Christmas movie.
Oh, you do know some things.
Oh yeah,
it's Max, guys.
Max.
Oh, Max.
Scrooge's old partner.
I think I did
Good
know
dog
that
name.
in the deep recesses of my brain.
If you think about the movie and you're like, when he goes Max, Okay, so in A Christmas Carol, Scrooge What's his old partner's name?
Bob Cratchit. Bob Cratchit. That's his employer.
Mm-hmm. What's his old partner's name?
It's Marley.
Yes, it's you got it.
Very good. Is there a prize?
Okay, this one's going. All right, Jessica, I feel like you're going to get it already. In Home Alone 2, where do they go on vacation? No, Home Alone 1, where do they go on vacation? Where are they going in Home Alone?
No, France. You're going to France.
See? I'm done.
Oh my gosh. All right, one last question. This is like the old Rudolph, the one that's like claymation. Close, but not
He's
right.
going to be a dentist.
Yes! My God.
What?
Yeah, that's it. That's the quiz.
You know what? She's cheating.
Okay, can we play a Jeopardy style so that everyone knows what the question was? The question was, what does the little elf want to be instead of an elf?
Yeah.
Little Herbie.
Hermie.
Hermie.
I found that out today. Yes. Good job. He wants
Very
to be
good.
a dentist.
I want to be a dentist.
Which totally ties into our conversation before the podcast started about dentistry.
Yes.
Because I really wish that we could all listen to the banter.
Our pregame.
Our banter. No, they don't want to listen to that. I didn't even cuss once during our banter, though, but that's okay.
You're good, girl.
Good for you.
I'm getting better. Yes, I aspire not to have a potty mouth in the new year.
You're all good. So we talked. I know I mentioned like I'm out there visiting my clients and delivering gifts, and I'm talking about, hey, what's your goals for next year, and kind of trying to throw that in along with the happy holidays. But my favorite thing probably about the holidays, and the thing I want to hear about with you girls, ladies, are your memories, because as you know, this year is going to be a bit different for me. And so I love to reminisce. So tell me something. Tell me some of your best holiday memories.
The best story we got, huh?
I got
Right,
I want
the
funny.
best.
I want
Man.
bad. I want everything.
Well, I'm just going to get mine over with just because I really wish that I have more pictures so that I could remember more. For whatever reason, I don't know. We haven't figured it out if it's childhood trauma. My therapist is still working on this, but I just don't have a lot of Christmas or like birthday memories. When we lived in Kentucky as kids, we used to go and cut down our own tree. And when I say that, I mean like my two brothers and sister, we would literally with an axe, like big ass axe.
Really?
3 kids walking down the side of a road. And
wait, like in a Christmas tree farm, or like
no,
in
the
the
woods, I'm sure, on
forest.
someone's land. Yeah, totally illegal.
Took somebody's boulevard tree.
And we'd find the prettiest tree and we'd cut that damn thing down, and then we would drag it home. And I was usually the person who had to watch for the cars. So whenever I was supposed to, when I say car, everybody drops the tree and then they just keep walking.
Like someone's landscaping.
There's nothing. Yeah, this is true. And we would drag the tree all the way home. And I remember one year we took the tree and this thing was huge. And when we got it home, we couldn't fit it through the door. Even when we got it in, it wouldn't stand up. And when my mom, she was like, what the hell? And we were like, isn't it beautiful? And when I say we finally cut it
like a
and
squirrel
trimmed it
in
and
it.
did all of these things. Yeah, this was like a real big, beautiful tree. And we were just so proud. And the bus came in the morning and that tree, and everybody was just like, oh my God, that's such a pretty Christmas tree. Yeah, we cut it down ourselves and brought it home from someone.
That's awesome.
But anyway, so
That's so cool.
yeah, I remember that.
I'm just laughing at like the image of some like manicured lawn, and they've got 12 evergreens in a row.
And now they have
And now
11.
They have like 3, and then there's like the rest.
The good news was there was no cameras back then. No cameras to catch us back then.
We found it fair and square.
Right.
They're like, I've been watering that tree for 3 years.
Probably. Man, that's crazy. No, I remember.
you-
So us growing up, we were hardcore Santa Claus believers, right? And I remember probably the first year that I knew the big secret, I was a little bit, I don't know, a little bit disappointed, like didn't really, I think it changes you a little bit. It's like kind of a coming of age thing,
A little
right?
bit disappointed. You were crushed.
I'm still disappointed. Go ahead.
Well, you kind of ease into it because you kind of know, but until somebody like tells you like legit it's not real, there's like a little bit of like false hope, right? Like kind of that in between. But I think it was the first year legit. My mom like said, yeah, now you know the secret. We got to keep it amazing for your little brother. I'm like, okay, like now I'm in on the secret, and it kind of like softly slides into like adulting for Christmas. So I remember we go to bed, we jazz it up for my little brother, put out some cookies and some milk or whatever, and we all go to bed. And I don't know what time it was. It was dark and I was so tired. My mom comes in to my room, wakes me up in the middle of the night, and she's like, Corey, come here. And I'm like, what? She's like, I need your help. And I'm like so confused. And I just get out of bed like a zombie. And I remember my older brother was coming down the stairs from his bedroom. And my mom looks at us and she's like, I bought this toy for your brother and I'm trying to put it together because at our house, Santa gave us like gifts already all put together. They weren't wrapped. They were all set up and ready to play. I mean, my mom was like next level Santa Claus. Like everything was all put out and like
but
ready
that
to
means
go.
You didn't get to unwrap anything?
But she gave us gifts from her. Like we got to unwrap her gifts.
Oh,
So we had like she
Santa's
doubled gifted, right? Yeah. So Santa's gifts came all ready to play. Yeah, super sweet. But anyway, so my mom, she's like, I bought this gift for your brother and I can't get it. I can't figure out how to put it together. So we go downstairs and she has this whole giant box of Micro Machine World sprawled out on the washer and dryer. And they're all these little pieces and decals and like a set of like a whole world. And you look at her, and I looked at the clock and it was probably 1:30 in the morning and she just looked exhausted. And my older brother just goes to town and he starts reading the directions. I don't even think he doesn't read the directions, but started putting this thing together. And I grabbed the thing of stickers and we're like putting these little, tiny, tiny stickers in Micro Machine World, putting this thing together. We were out for probably an hour putting this thing together. We bring it upstairs, put it on the couch, like put his stocking and all the other things. And then all of us, obviously, we got to see all the things that we got from Santa also. So it was this whole thing. And so then my mom was like, thank you so much. Can you please let me sleep in for a little bit before you come wake me up? So then when we got up, it was such a crazy thing because my little brother got out of bed and he came down and it was like the first time that I got to see like the legit, like I was so excited for him to see.
Yeah, you were Santa's
helper. Yeah. I know, legit. So that was a kind of a fun.
So good.
It was a fun memory.
Well, I have a follow-up question.
Do your kids know? Wait, do your kids know about Santa?
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't. Yeah, we don't.
We don't do Santa either.
Don't do Santa.
After that huge story of amazingness, we don't do Santa. Okay.
No, we
that's
need
a whole
to be
other story, probably, but that's
right. Exactly. No, I think it goes, but in our house, it's just real simple, and that is, you don't get good grades and you don't listen, then you're not getting any gifts because that's not coming from Santa. That's coming from us. So we couldn't do that if it was Santa. Yeah, no. Yeah. But I have a follow-up question, Cor, and that is, your little brother, were you the one that told him that there was no Santa, or what?
After? I don't know. I think I don't know how that played. I don't remember that. I would probably should ask him, when did he find out about Santa? Because I think that I don't even remember how I necessarily found out. I just found out that I knew where we had an inkling, and then I think my older brother told me, and then my mom confirmed it. Like whatever.
Yeah. No, I was the kid that spoiled. I told everything. I was the kid
ruined
that
everybody.
Listen, everyone.
No, not just Christmas. Everything. Like I told my cousin that his stepdad was his stepdad and not his real dad because he was like all his life he thought it was real dad, and I was like, "That's not your dad, dummy. Like, do you not see? You guys don't even have the same last name. What do you think that means?" And he was only 4, so I. Oh, Jamie.
For the record, for our listeners, that maybe this isn't the best piece of advice.
I was gonna say one of my favorite jokes is like when to be like, anytime my boyfriend says something I don't like, I'm like, you're not my real dad.
Right.
That's my favorite joke.
What do you got, Jamie?
You guys, I have to tell you, I came from a small town. I grew up Catholic. I grew up with my uncle would dress as Santa. My aunt and uncle would dress as Santa and Mrs. Claus and sneak around at night and knock on our window. So I'd be, as a kid, of course it was planned. Me and my family would be just like, watching TV or whatever in the living room after dinner. And you'd hear a little tick, tick, tick on the window, and Santa is out there. Like, they
and you
made
thought it was the real
so
Santa.
Magical. Heck yeah, I did. And then later, even as an adult, my aunt and uncle would rent a horse and carriage, and we would ride around town in a horse and carriage. I'm not kidding. And sing Christmas carols. And we would go to the retirement home and hand out candy canes and sing Christmas carols as we walked up and down the halls of the retirement home. That is how that's literally.
You know what? Horse and carriage is crazy.
I know.
This is next level.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a Hallmark movie. But truly, like, the thing, and I'm emotional today because you guys know why, but like the traditions are what really gets me. Like the traditional, and I want to know from you guys, like, what's the Christmas cookie or the Christmas candy or like the food or whatever that sparks that gotta have it. Because my mom and my stepdad would always make like a certain thing, that we had every single year. And that, just for example, my stepdad always made like nothing, Chex Mix. You know what I mean? It's not like anything crazy, but he would make like Chex Mix, and he would make some other treats. And then my mom would always make, like, she had an amazing peanut brittle recipe, and we would make cookie and candy trays together. So there's like, and of course the cutout sugar cookies, and you decorate them and stuff. So there's like some traditions like that we always did together. And this year so my mom passed away, my stepdad passed away a few years ago. So I actually told my kids, I was like, all right, one of you guys who wants to learn how to do this? Cause I got to teach, I know how to do it. My sister's like, I know how to do this. So who wants to come learn how to do these things? Because we want, like, that's the thing for us, is like the tradition of like, let's keep it going. Like, so not to get off on a tangent, but I have my mom's handwritten recipes. So we're looking through all of them and like trying to find the sugar cookie recipe and like the peanut brittle recipe and like peanut butter balls and all the stuff, so that we can make all the cookies and candies with the kids. But that's probably more of the memory. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do brag about Christmas caroling on a horse and carriage being my childhood, but also like that's about it, and I think like as an adult, Coralyn brought this up before we started, like where are you today, and like what is this kind of like full circle? And that's it, like bringing up like what is it about the holiday season that brings you back to what really matters. And it's some of us, it's the tradition of, I just want to teach you how to make Chex Mix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, that's
in the simplest way, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you guys have those? See, this is why I wanted to be white when I was a kid, by the way, because in my community,
my stepdad was Native American, so I don't know.
Whatever the case may be, you guys had tradition and we did not. Like it unfortunately, and that, I don't know. That's why I try to do. That's not me. Like I'm not Christmas cookies or even like cooking. None of that stuff is me. But part of that is because of how you grew up. You just mentioned that's how your mom was, and she made those traditions, made you love them, and that's a big part of who you are because of that, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, like we're going to have all the boys. I'm super thankful we're going to be home for Christmas, and just sitting around, like telling jokes is a big tradition for us. Like we are just going to sit and literally make fun of each other and just roast the hell out of these kids.
It's a Christmas roast. It's a Smith Christmas roast.
Yes. I mean, we're going to eat good food. But what is nice is that all holidays, at least in our house, there was always drugs and alcohol involved. Like chances are someone's going to get shot or stabbed. The police are getting called. Like that was tradition. So we feel really good about, when I was a kid, I used to say, when I'm an adult and I have Christmas at my house, or I have a birthday, or whatever it was, it is not going to look like this. There are not going to be a bunch of drunk asses, high asses peeking out windows and all of that shit. And I said that as a kid. And so I'm just proud that that's exactly what it is, because we can say that. How many people say, I'm not going to smoke when I grow up, and then you're sitting there smoking a cigarette, right? So that is a big win. We sit around, we eat, we have fun. Nobody's calling the police, and nobody's getting freaking drunk and belligerent. Like, that is a winning, and we're creating new traditions that I hope and pray that, our kids will take that and make their own traditions.
I love that. Do you have any? I absolutely love that you're making your own traditions. That's what you're doing. You're making your own traditions. And the Smith family roast sounds like the best name.
I want to be a part of that
party ever. Can you please?
I don't necessarily want to be in the circle to get made fun of. Can I just be at the fly on the wall?
Yeah, I don't want to be part of say I just want to.
Well, Cor, like that Thanksgiving that you were at that I didn't remember.
A cookie or a candy or a treat?
A cookie. Say it again.
Yeah.
Do you have any food or any like treats or anything that's like something that you make for all your at a holiday time or for?
No, but I love Costco sweets because they're really
I heard
good.
about the spread for Thanksgiving, so okay.
Yes, but so like my mother-in-law, their tradition is gumbo for New Year's. So I think that's cool that I get to be, even though I don't like gumbo, I just like the fact that they have that and everybody loves it. And she makes it for the first year in a really long time. She's here. And believe they're going to make that gumbo, and Mr. Smith is going to be very happy. So that makes me happy.
That's great. Have you done black-eyed peas for New Year's before?
Yes. And homemade cornbread.
Learned that tradition when I lived in North Carolina. Yep.
Cool.
Coralyn.
I think as listening to you, I think, the one thing that I feel like when we're talking about that we're going to talk about Christmas is, as an adult, especially after I had a child that was able to really participate in Christmas festivities, I remember the first Christmas that it was time to decorate cookies with my son. And I had this whole realization that, oh my freaking goodness, putting on Christmas is so much work. And I remember and then I sat down and I thought about it. Oh my gosh, my mom did this. So my parents were divorced when I was 2. So my mom did this by herself. We had 3 kids. And when you talk about traditions, my mom, we always had a real tree. So she took all of us out to the tree farm. Now, we didn't cut it down, but we got a real tree. It wasn't a fake tree.
You didn't steal one from somebody?
We didn't steal one from somebody's front yard. But, maybe that would have been a good memory. But she took us sledding, and we always had winter gear. I remember one year we put together, she popped popcorn and we made popcorn garland, all around yards and yards of popcorn garland.
Oh my God.
And then the situation of trying to make Christmas cookies with 3 kids. I have one child and I was about ready to throw the frosting through the roof. I'm like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
This is, and I just remember
I don't do it.
Christmas, but that's why Christmas was so special. I feel like I wanted, and so I had those traditions, but you just walk through life not realizing. And the same thing for Thanksgiving and all these holidays that you remember having really good memories. It's kind of that cliche, everything fun always degenerates to work, right? But I just feel but I feel like the people that what a blessing it is to have those people in your life, you, Jamie, and you, Jessica, just trying to make these special moments for your kids, whatever it is. Maybe it looks different from your childhood, Jessica, but it's still making food and forcing conversation or having people sit there and do this thing. It takes a lot of work, but I think that that's how we develop those core memories. So then when our littles get older, they will realize that these things are important and that they can take time and relax and do some of these things. But man, I had no idea as a child. You talk about taking something for granted.
Yeah. And think about so working at Direct Buy, Christmas was one of the very few breaks that we got. So that was a thing for me too. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't spend this break like, cooking and making cookies and all those things that take so much time and work. And all my kids wanted to do was just sit next to me and talk because we didn't get to do that a lot. So I think that's kind of what told me that this is a tradition and that's what I do now. It's literally sitting down, lounging on the sofa where the kids are just sitting around and we're just doing nothing is a big deal because it's just not something that we get to do in my house. And even though, still working now, I work a lot and they're like, and so I think that's kind of a part of the tradition too, is to do nothing. And I'd rather buy good sweets at Costco that taste good.
Yeah, I've noticed that Sophie wants to just hang out and talk with me lately. Like I work more than I did before, and we used to hang out together quite a bit more, like during the day and just chit chat and whatever. And now all of a sudden she wants to like just hang out on the sofa with me and tell me about her day. And it always surprises me because I'm like, wait a minute, like what 17-year-old girl wants to hang out with her mom? But
well, if their mom's Jamie, I mean,
right. Well, then it's like, oh, okay, all right, I'm down with this. I love this. Anyway, guys, I know we're about at time. I thank you guys for spending this time talking about holiday stuff. I have appreciated your stories because I kind of needed this week. My takeaway is just our combined, I guess, experiences and how we've been able to mold them into our new life and how we parent and how we experience our own holiday season. How about you guys?
Well, this made me think too that my thoughts and prayers, Jamie, for you is that you and the girls will find your new norm without your mom this year, but really just celebrate all of those great memories because you had such a wonderful mom and just be thankful for the memories that you do have. Even though I am thankful to have my mom, I don't have the best memories as a child that I wish that I did have with that love and compassion and tradition and all the cool and wonderful things that your mom did. No shade to my mom because I'm still afraid of her. So I don't want any backlash because of this.
Way to take that really meaningful moment and just make
I want you to know, Jessica, if my mom knew you, you would have been given salsa and doilies and jam.
She did know me.
Year. I mean, better. I just feel like
she knew my whole life story.
Right. I think
she was one of my first listeners.
She actually probably was one of your first listeners. But I wish she would have known you like 20 years ago when I met you because I think you would have had a lifelong fan. I know you would have had a lifelong fan. So
you know what I think though? I think all of our moms kind of know all of us. My mom knows you guys. She, when we have a viewer on our YouTube, it's my mom. My mom. But I think that all of our moms kind of know all of us from just talking because we've spent so much time together over the years or shared memories or whatnot. But I think, I would say my takeaway from this conversation is all of the work that moms and dads and everybody puts in to making lasting memories, whether it's Christmas or whatever holiday. I think that it is absolutely worth it because it might be hard and difficult and seem like it's just going nowhere in the moment because it might be chaos and nothing happens exactly the way that you want it to. But man, I don't wish for those memories to go away. And I do thank my mom for putting in all the work for making memories for us. And I hope that my son feels the same way at some point in the future,
He will.
So, and your kids and Jessica's kids are going to love that, and create their own traditions, and so I hope for that.
Good. Jessica, any last closing remarks?
No, I can't wait to talk about New Year's resolutions next time.
Good.
Start planning.
Yes. All right, listeners. So we are on leadlikeagirllab.com. We are on YouTube, all the social media platforms, we're on Spotify. We're on every single place that you could ever find to listen to a podcast, we are there.
We're like Big Brother, but ladies that are
yes,
not as
we're
creepy.
big ladies. No, kidding.
Can you never say that again?
There's nothing wrong with that. No, we're all over the place. But truly, if you're listening right now, it means that you're supporting us. So
yes,
thank you.
We thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
We love you.
Merry
Until
Christmas.
next
I
time.
love you too, girls. And bye.